Hi everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of Half Century Concealment, where we're coming to you from Medellin, Colombia. Today we're going to talk about international EDC. What do you carry with you on a regular basis when you're traveling outside the United States? You can't take your firearm with you, so what do? What should you carry? What are you allowed to carry? And what shouldn't you be carrying with you? So those are some of the things that we're going to go ahead and discuss today. First, I'm going to lay out on the table here and show you piece by piece what it is that I carry with me on a regular daily basis. Next, I'm going to show you what it looks like on me, and then we're going to talk also about some of the don'ts. All right, I think the don'ts are just as important as the do's when you're traveling outside the U.S.
So everything that you see on this table is basically what I carry on me on a regular basis. Let's start with the belt. The belt is a Magpul El Burrito belt. This one's in gray. It comes in different colors, comes in a sand color and a black if I'm not mistaken. Let me take this ribbon off that I put on for the sake of the picture. It has rigidity to it, which is important if I'm going to put anything on the belt, but it's comfortable. It's a polymer material. It's waterproof. It has an aluminum buckle. It'll stand the test of time, and it has so far. I'm actually going to do a full review on this belt at some point. Pepper spray. Let's talk about pepper spray. It's important to keep somebody away from you, or to get somebody away from you, I should say, or to get away from somebody. You want to create distance from somebody, it's pepper spray. Now, if you're up close and you're personal, that's why I carry my K-Bar. This is a 1.75-inch K-Bar knife with the sleeve that I carry at my appendix position. If I ever find myself in a self-defense situation where I'm up close and personal with somebody, yes, 10 or 15 stabs to the ribs will get somebody away from you quickly on this, or slashes to the face, or whatever's needed. As I said, I keep it in my appendix position. This is what it looks like, and I'll show you in a few moments what it looks like when I'm wearing it. Next is a flashlight. I keep two flashlights on me, actually. It's always good to have a backup. This one is an Olight. It's a $20 flashlight. It has two light levels. As you can see, it's beat up because I use it on a regular basis. It's actually one of my regular EDC carry flashlights. And it's just, I find myself in a dark situation, important to have. Knife. I carry also, besides the K-Bar, the Kershaw Cathode, or a small knife like this. It's a $20 knife. It's a good quality knife for the price. It's going to resolve a problem if I need a utility knife for something at any moment. And while I've been here, I've actually used this knife. It's come in handy quite often. It has a clip on it, so it goes on my right side, opposite to my flashlight. It's accessible. It's easy to reach. Watches. I have two watches I actually travel with. This one's my daily wear. It's my G-Shock. It's an old beat up G-Shock that I've had for many years. And then I have another nicer watch that I use when I go out in the evenings with my wife. Now, both watches are under $100. Wallet. Wallet is a plain Jane simple leather wallet. Keep a few bucks in it, nothing out of the world. Keep a couple of cards in it, easily replaceable. It doesn't look like anything fancy. It's worn in. I've had it for years. It doesn't bulk up. My second flashlight, small little Olight that goes on my keychain. Same as the other Olight. It has two different light levels to it. This one is actually USB rechargeable. So it has a low light level, a higher light level. I believe nothing over 200 lumens. Nothing fancy, but just easy to resolve and take care of a problem if I need to. Both Olight flashlights are under $20. As you can see here, it has a USB port for recharging, so I can charge it up in the evening if I ever needed to. If the battery goes dead on the other one, I have a backup flashlight. Same thing, I don't want to find myself in a situation where I don't have the light that I need. One of the final things is, breath mints. Hey, look, it's important to have fresh breath when you're out and about, wherever you are, especially if you're with your significant other.
So just about everything that I had on the table a few moments ago is on me right now. I've got my K-Bar, I've got my pocket knife, I've got my spray, I've got my keys, I've got my flashlight, Yes, breath fresheners in the pocket, wallets in the back, and one thing I didn't put on this video yet is my cell phone. Why? Because I'm using it to film. So here we are, as I said, we're filming to you from beautiful Medellin, Colombia, and everything that I laid out on that beautiful wooden table is everything that I carry on me on a regular basis, every day, whether I'm just going out during the day or whether I'm dressed up nice for the evening. And let's talk about that because, like I said, I want to talk about what to do and what not to do. I think those are both important enough. The first thing is in the what not to do category is I don't dress flashy. And I don't think you should when you're traveling internationally, especially to a place where one of your articles of clothing can be somebody's weekly or monthly income. So from that perspective, because economies change are different around the world, be conscious of that. I think that there's places, I mean, geez, you can go to Las Vegas and run around with 10 Rolexes on your wrists, naked with your hair on fire, and it's not going to make a difference because you're not going to draw a crowd because they've seen it done it. But there's other places, obviously, where that's not going to be the case. So be conscious of what you're wearing. I mean, I've got about a dozen of these t-shirts in all different colors. It doesn't have any insignia on it or anything. It doesn't, look, I leave all my tactical American flag looking stuff at home. I do that intentionally. I don't want to blend in. I don't even want to be noticed, to be brutally direct, when I'm out and about. So I go ahead and you know, it's just a plain t-shirt, simple jeans and unassuming sneakers. I'm not wearing name brand sneakers. I'm not wearing brand new sneakers for that matter. I'm wearing sneakers that, same thing, aren't going to draw anybody's attention. And as you know, sneakers is one of those things that draws people's attention. What don't I carry on me? I don't carry my passport. Now, why don't I carry my passport on me? If I'm in a country where I have to, then that's different. But I don't want to lose my passport. I don't want to get robbed out of my passport. Do you have any idea how difficult it is to replace your passport when you're outside the US? And I don't even know how long that takes. So, I mean, the embassy here in Colombia is an 8-hour drive from where I am right now. So I've got to go 8 hours to find out the process to hopefully get something resolved in a reasonable period of time and maybe not have to cancel my flight back or incur all these additional expenses on my stay wherever I'm at. No, if I don't have to, I don't carry my passport on me. I carry a simple leather wallet. I have to be careful with this wallet. It was a gift from my wife. I can't say cheap or anything like that. It's a very good quality leather wallet. I've just used it a lot for many, many years. And it's, you know, it's pretty worn in looking. So, you know what? That's fine though. I don't have an issue. I'm not trying to show off. I'm good with this. But I'd rather lose this than lose my passport is where I'm coming from. Okay, and this just simply has my driver's license in it, and I keep my driver's license. I think I was quick enough that nobody caught anything on there. I keep my driver's license in here, and that's my ID if I ever need to show ID. It's simple as that. And it's easily replaceable. That's the other thing. I don't have to worry about replacing my driver's license before I get back into Florida. When I get back to my home state, then I can go online and for 25 bucks replace it. Not a big deal. The other thing is, as far as a lot of people say, you should carry some spare cash in your front pocket. If you're ever going to get robbed, just give them the cash. All right. You know what? Thieves know we do that. So I keep cash in my front pocket. But if I'm ever going to get robbed, that's not what I'm giving them. I'm giving them my wallet. I'm giving my wallet. It's got a debit card and a credit card in there. And you know what? They're going to look at it. They're going to see it's got a little bit of cash. It's got a couple of cards, and they're like excited. They hit it, and they're going to take off and leave me alone, hopefully. And then I'm still going to have the cash that's in my front pocket. So that's where I'll probably keep 60–70% of any cash that I carry on me in my front pocket. These two cards, I can cancel these in a matter of 5 minutes apiece. My wife makes one phone call while I'm making the other one, and they're done and over with. We keep a linked account so we can transfer monies to another account with the same bank. And should we need to, then we have a card that we can use for the remainder of our trip while this is getting replaced, and we're not in a situation where we're just, hey, how can we spend money now if we don't have a card? or having to pay a huge fee to get a card shipped internationally to me overnight. That's almost ridiculous. So be smart about your finances is where I'm coming from. And you know what? Yeah, you know what? You lose a wallet with a few bucks in it and a couple of cards. Big frickin' deal, all right? Like I said, thieves know that you carry that if you hand them the cash right away from your front pocket, that you still have a wallet in your back pocket or somewhere else on you, and it could create a problem if you don't hand your wallet over right away. My humble opinion. Another thing I don't carry with me on a regular basis is this. This is the let you know that I'm an American tourist insignia, because a backpack, we're as Americans, we stick our iPads in there, and we stick cables and extra phone batteries or batteries to charge up your phones, and we put all these things in there. Thieves know this stuff. You stand out like a sore thumb, I think, when you're carrying a backpack. Now, that does lead to something that I'm not able to bring on my body or bring on me, that it makes it's something that I'm working on and something that I've got to figure out how to resolve. But really, I don't want to stand out. And this makes even look, this is an old beat up looking backpack. And even this this just makes me stand out. I'm not a moped rider that needs to carry a backpack with them, nor do I look like a local moped rider. So yeah, I'm just going to stand out if I'm wearing a backpack in most places that I go to. So I try to keep that simple and just carry on my body what I need to. Speaking of what I carry on my body, by the way, this pepper spray, I want to just make a quick comment about it. I purchased 2 of these locally. I went onto Mercado Libre, which is like the local eBay, and 2 of these, including delivery to my front door, was $7. Now, it's got a whole, let me go, the camera's over on this side. It's got a whole bunch of zeros where it's trying to show you what the strength of it is. And I don't really know how strong this is, to be brutally direct. I'm going to assume it's fairly strong, just because it says NATO on it, or American style, super whatever. I'm not gonna base it on that. I mean, I don't know, maybe I should give my brother-in-law $10 and have him test it out. Was that wrong? But, I do keep this on me, and should I ever need to push somebody away, get somebody away from me, and me be able to go off in the opposite direction quickly, yeah, this is what I'm going to use. I keep it in my front pocket. I also keep it face down or top down in my front pocket, so when I pull it out, it's there. Now, the other thing is this. I don't like the ones that have the little safety that you need to slide across. I like this. This has a top that you can't depress anything on here. You've got stick your finger in there, and then once you stick your finger in there, then you push. Let me stand. I'm gonna get over here. And you push down on that, which I'm not about to do, and that's what will then go ahead and activate the spray. But you know what? You can stick your finger into something really easy. In the meantime, it's covered, it's protected. Nothing's gonna go astray with it in the process. But should you need to, yeah, I have it face down. By the time I've got it out, my finger's already on the button, ready to spray somebody in their eyes, should I need to. We talked about wallets, we talked about backpacks, we talked about pepper spray, we talked about passport, talked about brand new sneakers even, and you know what? It also goes along the lines of name brands. If you find yourself that you're wearing a lot of just icons and logos and name brands in a part of the world where income levels are not what they are normally in the United States, then think about that. You may want to reassess what you're doing there. And like I said before, also all your tactical looking pants, your cargo pants, things of that nature, your American flag hat and my thin blue line t-shirts and all that, I leave all that at home. I'm not trying to show off as the American tourist. Evenings, look, I dress a little nicer in the evenings, yes. I still carry all of this stuff with me. I still carry my Ka-Bar knife. I still carry my my Olight flashlight. Look, and my Olight flashlight, it's a simple little flashlight. I mean, this cost me 20 bucks online. If I lose it, it's not that big of a deal. It's beat up because I use it all the time, and it works though. If I need a light for whatever reason, a strong light or a dim light, I have a light source there. And the last thing I want to do is in a place where I'm not knowledgeable on the surroundings, and on top of that, I don't have light. So having a light, that to me is crucial. And plus, I could always just blind somebody if worst case scenario, if I needed to. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Ka-Bar. The Ka-Bar knife, and one thing about the Ka-Bar knife is, and let me take the holster out also, is that the Ka-Bar knife may or may not be legal where you're traveling to. So be conscious of that. With that said, I'd rather ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. That's just my opinion. I think you can always get yourself out of jail, but you can't get yourself out of a 6-foot hole in the ground. You know where I'm coming from? So I'm okay with, personally, with carrying this. It's a short 1.75 inch blade. It's not going to be menacing, but if you know how to use this, you can get somebody off of you real quick, real easy. And that's what this is for. This is for down and dirty. You are in a rolling in the ground, you know, or just up close, up against somebody who's threatening you or threatening the people that you love that are with you situation, and you need to get away from that person quickly. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. This also, look, you may be a situation where there's somebody who's, you may be sitting in the backseat of a taxi or a backseat of a vehicle, and you may have people that come on either side and try to rob you. And with weapons, it can happen in different parts of the world. So be conscious of that idea. This for somebody who's trying to stick their hand into your vehicle or the vehicle that you're in, and you need to defend yourself. Yeah, this is the type of tool that could definitely do that and get you out of a really crappy situation. Also, they're 50 bucks. I think they're $50 online, more or less, or maybe 60 or 40, it depends where you go. But point being, they're about 50 bucks online, and should something, you know, no cop is going to stop you unless you look like somebody a cop needs to stop and ask you, hey, what's that on your waist? Because first of all, you can't even see it. It's concealable. It doesn't print, at least, and I'm a pretty heavy guy, and it doesn't print on me. But separate to that, you really got to be acting the fool to have a police officer in another part of the world or anywhere really stop you and go, hey, what's that on your waist? That's not really going to happen. So you don't really have to worry about it getting taken away from you, is where I'm coming from. I also carry a small little Kershaw cathode knife on me. This has just really come in handy for a whole sorts of different things that I've needed a sharp point or needed a blade for whatever reason. And it's small, it's convenient, it's concealable, it's 20 bucks, and it's cheap. So same thing, should I lose it, should anything, it's not anything I need to worry about. So that's also a big part of why I carry that with me. What I don't carry with me is a med kit. And it is something I need to work on. It's something that I need to find the right med kit. I don't want a med kit that it goes on my leg because I've seen them. They're just bulky, they stand out. I know some people like them and some people have talked well online about them, and that's fine. If you're comfortable with it, I don't like the fact, at least for me, I've got big calves and big ankles, and it really, I don't know, it just bulks up on me, even with regular jeans. So since I don't carry a backpack, I do need to find a small med kit that I can keep maybe in a back pocket or something, maybe inside of a waistband or something of that nature, where I can carry a few essential things. And I think it's important. I think it's important, especially if you're in a part of the world where the medical care might not be exactly what you want it to be, or the response time of an EMT or emergency medical personnel is not going to be on site as quickly as you would want them to be. There's some parts of the world where you need to drive yourself to the hospital. So having a med kit for quick response or for something that has to be done quickly, I think is crucially important. I think that about wraps it up. Look, it's about traveling smart. Carry the things on you that you feel comfortable with. If you're gonna carry a K-bar on you, make sure you train with this, all right? This isn't just a toy. This isn't just something to put on your waist and never test out. This is something that you need to train with and you need to be comfortable and competent with, just like if it was a firearm that you have on you. All right, just like the firearm that you carry on a daily basis, your K-bar is something that you need to be trained on if you're going to be carrying it with you. Same thing with pepper spray. You're in a stressful situation, reactionary. You don't want to be in a situation where all of a sudden you're pressing the top of this thing instead of remembering that you've got to put your finger in it. You need to create muscle memory with everything that you have and everything that you do that's going to be for defensive purposes. That's really what it comes down to. I do dress a little nicer in the evenings, but I do carry everything that you see on me. So whether I have a dress shirt on with some nicer shoes or whatever it might be, yeah, those items are going to be on my body no matter what. And gosh, especially in the evening. Things can go wrong in the day, things can go wrong at night. Just because you're in a nice restaurant, a nice part of town, doesn't mean something can't go wrong. Or you might not be in a crappy situation. Look, maybe just because you're nicely dressed, that's enough to draw attention to you. So be conscious of that. But I really hope that everybody has safe travels. Please, if you haven't yet, like and subscribe below. It really helps out our channel, and we're looking to put out some really amazing content for you. Our next video is actually going to be about a USCCA training class that we're going to be doing as a group, myself, my wife, and a few friends. So we'll be reporting back on that and letting everybody know how good it was. Was it worth the time and the money? It's going to be 8 hours on the range, so hopefully we'll have some good footage for you there. As we always say, if you're going to bring a pet into your home, please adopt. It's the right thing to do. Safe travels, and support your local animal shelter. They need your help. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.